Guys, I am sorry. I have a secret. Actually, wait, no. I have 3 secrets. Listen, I already made the waiver wire week 2 video. Go check it out if you haven't already. There's a couple of guys. There's 3. 3 things. Listen, one of these guys was actually in that video, but the other 2 were left out of the video. I sat there thinking to myself, while the main media, it was telling you boys, oh, spend 50% of your FAAB on Kayshon Boutte. Oh, drop it all on the Big Q, Quentin Johnston. I actually think the Big Q's not terrible, but we saw him dominate early on last year, and honestly, he was very touchdown dependent. He had 5 for 7 for 70 yards and 2 tutties. The tutties is where the hype comes for the Big Q. Kayshon Boutte's a whole different story. Year 3 player, sure, there's some upside, but these 3 names today, these guys actually can be league winners. Target them to buy. Trade for them, add them from waivers. If you're in a dynasty league, send the picks their way. Name number 1. It's Mr. Tesla. That's right, Isaac Tesla. Now, listen, I had this video already planned, and as I'm recording this, the news comes out. The Detroit Lions, they say, listen, we will have Isaac Tesla featured in the offense more moving forward. Why wouldn't they? They got dominated. 27-13, but realistically, it was 27-6. So the Lions got beat up by a tough Packers defense. Now, with Isaac Tesla specifically, take a look. Look at the receiving usage. You have Laporta out there. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown out there. Gibbs, Williams. Isaac Tesla, 1 catch, 1 target. You're thinking to yourself, that's pretty bad. What if I told you that he was out there, and this is unbelievable. I mean, you can take a look at Khalif Raymond. Khalif Raymond was out there more. Isaac Tesla had 3 snaps. 1, 2, 3. 3 fingers. He was out there for 3 snaps all day, and it was in garbage time. Embarrassing. Embarrassing, pathetic, and did I mention embarrassing? Now, fortunately, it came from Mr. Jared Goff, but listen. Isaac Tesla, only 3 snaps. Bro makes a highlight reel touchdown grab. You're thinking to yourself, he's a one-play wonder. Well, let's rewind a little bit back to preseason. Again, I was hyping this guy up all season long, and in the preseason, do not forget, his stats in the preseason, 10 receptions, 146 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had a 3 touchdown in every single game streak in the final 3 games of preseason. And that continued in his 3 snaps in a real-life football game against the Packers, who they haven't scored a touchdown pass on all day. He comes out like Odell Beckham Jr. and makes the one-handed play. Listen, Jameson Williams gets the big extension. Amon-Ra St. Brown's involved. Laporta's involved. Gibbs had 10 catches for 3. Gibbs with 10 catches and 31 yards. It is statistically the lowest amount of receiving yards ever for somebody with 10 receptions. That's an interesting fact right there. But listen, Tesla being more involved is very, very good. If we have an injury to Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Jameson Williams, Isaac Tesla automatically gets very, very interesting. Obviously, his role, you can't say, oh, he's going to be a flex play in the next 5 weeks. Like, this is a bit more of a longer-term play. So in a redraft league, you know, the upside is really in the back half of the season, projecting out potential injuries. But I think Tesla could also have a role. Like, this guy has been dynamic. He has been elite. And he's been a spark plug every single time he's been on the field. I love him. Go buy him. In terms of dynasty, I mean, I'm sending a 3rd-round pick and all my waiver wire budget. Like, this guy, I have to have him. Have to. You should have bought him when I told you to, but now you can still grab him. And in redraft leagues, nobody's telling you to add him from waivers. He should be rostered in all leagues. Go ahead and spend what you need to roster him. Next name is going to be another rookie. Similar situation. I was telling you boys to be buying up this player. We go to the Titans. You're thinking to yourself, bro, like, who on the Titans could you possibly want to target? They suck. Cam Ward, a.k.a. Scam Ward. We have Scam Darnold, we have Scam Ward. He comes out, and he's pretty bad. 12 for 28, like trash. 112 yards, trash. 0 touchdowns, trash. 0 interceptions, ain't bad. QBR of 7. So it wasn't a good game for Scam Ward, but it was the Broncos. It was in Denver with the altitude, so no one's surprised there. Take a look at Alik Manor. So you have Ridley, Dust. You have Okonkwo, Dust, Helm, all right, I guess. Gunnar Helm's another sleeper candidate in Dynasty. I like Helm a lot in the long term, but not really for redraft this year. Listen, Calvin Ridley's going to have better days. He had 8 targets. He hauled in 4 of them for 27 yards. What you need to have running through your brain is this guy, Alik Manor. Now, he had some drop issues in college. He went to college in Stanford. It is what it is. Listen, 7 targets as a rookie in his first game. You have a rookie quarterback looking for a safety blanket. Alik Manor, 7 targets, 2 receptions for 13 yards. The actual numbers are trash. 2 catches, 13 yards. It's actually a good thing. I actually am glad that he did not have a monster game in terms of, points, because if he did, everyone would be rushing to add him. Listen to the video. You're here in the right spot. Smash the subscribe button, help support the small channel. We're the ones telling you. Take a look. Alik Manor was almost the #1 target for this rookie quarterback, the #1 overall pick in this offense that's going to be losing in a lot of games, and they're not going to be facing Denver Broncos defense in altitude every single game, right? So this Titans rookie, Alik Manor, is the clear #2 target in this offense. Where's Tyler Lockett? 0 catches, 0 yards, 1 target. He's the clear #2. I am happy to spend a lot of my FAAB on Alik Manor and Isaac Tesla heading into week #2. The final name, this is the one that was already in the waiver wire video. Again, go check that out. We have 7 names over there. Is Harold Fannin Jr. So looking at the Cleveland Browns. So Harold Fannin Jr., again, I've been big on him since the offseason, since he was drafted. Again, he did set a college football record for receptions and receiving yards. Granted, it was at Bowling Green, which is why his draft stock kind of fell, but this guy put up stats, even if the competition wasn't great. Look at Harold Fannin Jr. Oh, only 1 for 3. What is that? It's rushing. Bro had a rush attempt for 3 yards. Let's scroll down a little bit to the receiving. 9 targets, 7 catches, 63 yards. More catches, more targets, and more yards than David Njoku, the quote-unquote #1 tight end. Harold Fannin Jr., take a listen to these snaps. So he had 13.6 fantasy points in week #1, but this is more interesting. He played 72% of the snaps as a rookie, as the tight end 2. 67% of the time he ran a route. 1.97 yards per route run, that's pretty good. And what I care about is on 85% of the Cleveland Browns' passing plays, Harold Fannin Jr. was out there. He was involved. He was out there as a wide receiver in these sets. He had 29% targets per route, meaning if Harold Fannin Jr. was out there running a route, there was a 30% chance that Joe Flacco threw him that football. He had very, very solid numbers in week 1 now. Definitely keep in mind that Njoku will cloud Harold Fannin Jr. for now. Don't be deceived. Don't think Njoku's dust. Njoku will bounce back. Harold Fannin Jr. will probably come back to reality. The reason I like Fannin Jr. is because of injuries. David Njoku, let's go to Flock Fantasy, the website again. If you're not already on flockfantasy.com, go check it out. Free tool. Mason Dodd, nice enough to let us use this for the videos for you boys. Let's pull up Njoku. If we look at Njoku's career and his career averages, and we take a look at his games played, 11 games played. He did play 16 in 2023, but 11, 14, 13, 3. There's some injury concerns there for sure. So if we were to see an injury, really to any receiver, Tillman is also injury prone. Judy is injury prone. If we pull up Tillman, yes, he had the touchdown, but are we convinced that Tillman is actually, the future? Pulling up Tillman, 14 games played, 11 games played. Again, misses time. Jerry Judy, take a look at Jerry Judy. He missed a lot of time in 2021, missed a couple games the next couple seasons, but he's been kind of consistent recently. Listen, if Joe Flacco is the quarterback, then Fannin Jr. should be somebody that is stashed for much upside in a pretty weak tight end position and could give you a decent advantage. There it is. 3 names that I think can win you your league. Smash like and subscribe button, man. Hell of a video. Thanks for watching.